So recently there was Amazon Day and a bunch of stuff were pretty cheap. So then my brother snagged this combo for me here, which right now goes for about $750, consisting of the Sony Xperia 1 phone, nice packaging, and also the Sony headphones that has way too long of a name that sounds like Elon Musk's child. But hey, why make one video when you can make two, so we'll leave this one to much later. I'm not a very tech-savvy person, so I don't really understand what all the specs mean. So, hey, if you're into that stuff, whoa, look at all this quantitative data. Isn't that crazy? That's a 6. Can I take a bath with that? Oh, can I pour my jizz? So, yeah, I'm just gonna be reviewing this with the 5 senses that I know how to use. So, right off the bat, yeah, this packaging, it's pretty cool. It's nice, it's clean, I like this chromatic title, wonderful. Let's rip this bad boy open. Whoa, there it is. Opening it up right there. There's the phone. It's quite large. It is bigger than my hand, which is small for males. I don't know what that means. Feel free to calculate my other sizes with my hand length compared to this phone. But it's a nice black color. Solid, always a good choice. There's a bunch of labeling on here that I don't understand, so I'll just peel it off. It's probably useless anyways. Actually, I can use this as a sticker. Yeah, it's like those Apple stickers. There's another thing taped to the back. Boom. Now, a few things. Let's just do some tests before we power it up. First things, it looks nice. It's a nice reflective screen, and like, yeah, you can see my phone from here, and the border between the screen and the outer shell of the phone, it's pretty thin. So it looks really clean like that. Feeling this thing, it feels nice. On my hand, just holding it like this, it feels like a chocolate bar. So, yeah, nice feel. It's pretty cool to the touch, but that's probably because it's new. It might start sizzling later, but at least it's cool for now. How's the smell? Yeah, it's there's no smell really, but I think that's fine for a phone. Following up, let's do with a hearing test. I can hear something in there, definitely. Yeah, it sounds like a phone, so check, it is a phone. Finally, let's do the taste test. It tastes like a phone. It's actually pretty cool to the touch of the tongue, so yeah. It's a pretty nice tasting phone. Alright, anyways, now let's boot this bad boy up. Oh, where's the power? Wait, that's not the power. What is this? This is not the power. What is this? Oh, that's the SIM card. Wow, you can just plop the SIM card out. You don't need to actually shove that dildo stick little thing into it for it to pop out. This is actually nice. Good on you, Xperia. Yeah, that's innovation. Now, where's the actual power button? Oh, there, it's booting up. The power button is towards the bottom half of the phone, which I don't exactly know what to make of that. I don't know. It's a little bit of a weird placement, but oh, here we go. It booted up. Yeah, look at that. There's the edges on the side here. They're very slim. It's very nice looking. It did a little vibrate thing when I opened it up, and honestly, wasn't the best vibrate I ever felt with my hands. I felt phones with better vibrations, so I'm gonna have to mark it a little bit off on that. Man, look how long this screen is. Like, yeah, you might have an ultra-wide monitor, but do you have a long thief phone? Take that, atheists. Oh, the Touch ID's on the side. Oh. So, I guess if you're left-handed, there's some discrimination here. There we go. I finished all the setups, and yeah. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I'm ticking off some points here. Oh, that's a nice little jingle right there. But I'm ticking off some points here. My eyes are absolutely disgusted. 'Cause opening this phone right up, first things first though, compliments. Yeah, this is fine home screen. Usual stuff, not bad, but what is that? Why is that in my sight? Apart from that, yeah, pretty good on your eyes. Pretty nice looking. Now it has a pretty fast off the bat restart time. However, it had 64% and I restarted it and it's now at 16. Question battery much? Well, since the power is low, let's see what other yummy goods are in here. Alright, this seems it has a book as its signal, so I think this is useless. But here we have a charger, and what type of charger does this use? It uses the USB-C, so nothing out of the ordinary. Although a new USB-C charger does seem nice. Here we have the headphone jack adapter, so yeah. And what is this? Here is a headphone jack? Oh wait, no, these are given earbuds. Well, judging that this is on 15%, I'm gonna go charge it by sticking my tongue into the plug. I'll be back when this is full. Hi, so it's been about 30 minutes, and I have this thing back and charged to 66%. Before it was 16, around 30 minutes before 50%. That's around the charges you're getting, which isn't great, but is fine. Also, I made a few observations while picking it up from the charger. First things first, the ID, the Touch ID here, is kind of garbage on this phone, not gonna lie. The registration here just isn't great, and the sensor here is not optimal. Yeah, I don't know about the design on that. Also, the fact that the power button is on the lower half of the phone is also a bit of a turnoff, and it can definitely feel a bit weird, at least for me now, but that's all a part of getting used to the cell phone. Another issue that I found though was that it was pretty dang hot when I picked it up from the charger. Way hotter than I expected, so it's definitely getting some points marked down on the touch category. But let's see how it tastes when it's all sizzling. Interesting. I tested both just taste and smell right now, and the edges are actually still really cool, and the only reason the heat seems to be emanating from the center, which makes sense. But also, when you're gripping it with a palm like this, it can feel pretty heaty. Anyways, I've installed a recording app, so let's explore. So first things first, this multi-window button. Let's see what this is. You can split your screen to view two windows at once. Oh, okay. So let's say I want my calculator on one tab, and I want my YouTube on the other. Okay. So you can split it up like this. This is, it kind of works. I'm trying to think of a use for this. I guess you can do math and pull up a calculator. You can browse Reddit while watching YouTube, but having neither of them be the highest of quality. Yeah, it's something, but I think it's more of a gimmick than a really useful feature there. I can't imagine that being something that I would love. Following that, game enhancer. Let's see. Okay, great. It recommends me to install Fortnite repeatedly, which is an app that I cannot delete, the installer app. So hello, design. But, I don't know. Game Enhancer is Game Enhancer. There's this other app that has piqued my interest. It's Cinema Pro. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay. Right, Sony does a lot of camera equipment. We know that. Oh. Okay. So, this allows you basically a lot of different options while filming with this phone. It's almost like an actual camera, which, hello. But let me test this out. I need to stop recording though. Alright, here it shows a bunch of cool stuff. Oh, hello, still reflective. Like the resolution, FPS, ISO, lens, all this. So in a way, this is a pretty good phone to film with. If you really want a phone that can also double up as a good camera, I think this might be it. Although I've yet to test the camera quality. Let me test the recording here. Oh, whoa. There's also the focusing. Ooh. How can we play with depth of field? Well, as expected, the depth of field cannot be too shallow. But still, you can play with some depth of field here, and it's pretty good. All right, let's test the recording.
Hey, look at this knife. Look at this card. Look at these headphones. And look at this case. Isn't this wonderful? Yeah, look at that. Chroma.
So that was the 26 millimeter. Let's try the 16 millimeter.
Alright, stuff do be wide, yo. Look at this. Ooh, look how wide this lens is. Isn't this wonderful?
And let's test the 52.
Look at that. Ooh, look deeply into that. Oh, and look at that reflection.
Oh, what is this? A pop-up for an update instantly after opening the phone? That is some 2020 gaming shit.
Hey, how's it going? It's post-production Taylor. After having the phone for a few weeks, turns out it has like 200 something updates that you have to install, because you need to install every update since the day one launch of the phone, which was a few years ago, and those don't come automatically installed. Apparently they're worth it, but yeah, that's kind of sucks.
I don't know, that's gotta mark some points off on the taste, honestly. That's some pretty bad taste, requiring you to install these updates right after getting the phone. But anyways, back on track. Let's check out how the videos work. Now I've noticed that weird purple aura that forms, and I'm not exactly sure what it is, but other than that, on the 26mm lens, everything else, filming-wise, for all three of those wide settings, were pretty solid, not gonna lie. I'm kind of impressed. I think compared to the Pixel, the color saturation isn't quite there, but I think that it can maybe be adjusted. It also picks up a lot of different sound. So the sound on this is okay. It's not an amazing mic, but it seems like it gets the job done. I noticed we kind of went in reverse order here. First, we first did video, and now we're gonna do camera. So I'm gonna take a photo of this, correct it, and then compare it with a photo on my Pixel 2. Now, my Pixel 2 has taken 4 years of work, so it's understandable that maybe its systems have deteriorated a little bit. I'll also put a picture of Pixel 2 when I originally had it, some photos I took then, where it was super crisp, and compare it. Let me just look at this. Alright, compare the new Xperia with the 4 years old Pixel 2. It seems like it definitely gets more of the shadows, and it gets sharper shadows and sharper light, while the Pixel 2 does not. Here we go. Here's the first picture that I've ever took on my Pixel. If you zoom in, the detail is definitely less, and the contrast doesn't seem as well defined. Now, comparing these photos, I think the Xperia still has an edge up, because it seems like the little detail that it captures is greater than what the Pixel 2 was. Yeah, the detail that this can capture is actually pretty nuts. Oh, actually, I think all that I just bluttered about could have been explained probably with this here, but who needs that? Yeah, 4K HDR. Now that we test the back-facing camera, let's test, the back-facing cameras, because apparently phones want to look like spiders. But now, let's test the front-facing camera. Let me take a selfie. Comparing it to a front-facing selfie I took with the Pixel 2, the detail is just better here. And the highlights and shadows are sharper, which really gives it that more cinematic look that if you're looking for, I think the camera here is great. It's pretty wonderful. Okay, now let's see, what is this new system update? Okay, so if I install this day 1 update, more features might be better. Great, thank you. Fine, I'll do it. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Anyways, the update's installed. Whatever, I don't see any difference. However, there's a feature that we still haven't tested out, which is the Dolby Atmos, which I'm not sure what it is, but let's turn it on. Okay. Oh, it seems to... It seems to let you customize audio, which I am super unfamiliar with, and only recently improved at. So, I'm not sure. There's a dialogue enhancer for movies. Yay. And... ooh, you can adjust dynamic ranges here. Oh, whoa. Whoa, back to normal. And you can also adjust it for music and set customs. So there's a lot of audio adjustment here that you can do. Let's set it to dynamic and see what the difference is. What video should we watch? Okay, pretty great there. The display is good for a cell phone. Definitely, I mean, bigger screens are kind of better for most scenarios in watching movies and TV shows, so I don't think you should be watching something on this over like your television, but still, the screen is good, so if you want, you can for a pretty enjoyable experience. And the sound, when you enable the dynamic mode, is, well, dynamic. You can hear a lot of really crisp sounds, and it vibrates a lot also while it happens. But yeah, you can hear a lot of, there's just a good dynamic range. As it says, dynamic. It makes the sound more dynamic. So that's great. Alright, now let's test just the audio, because that was a movie viewing experience. Now let's just see, what if you just want to listen to some music here? There's a bunch of different intelligent equalizer balances here, and I guess we can try them out. But let's put on something.
Shorties are my favorite gun in my head that I can't stop buying. I'm just spending like
Dynamic vibration.
like a phantom.
Okay, let's test out what this dynamic vibration is with this song. Let's turn it up to max.
Shorties are my favorite gun in my head that I can't stop buying. I'm just spending like every day. It's like a phantom. It's a wait.
Okay, that was just regular sound with this thing called dynamic vibration. And it just makes your phone kind of vibrate at points when basses drop and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm gonna say this is a gimmick. This is a bit of a pass. Some more score down on the touch. I don't think it's a very nice feature. Alright, anyways, now we can test out the Dolby Atmos on music and see what all the differences are.
Shorties are my favorite gun in my head that
Okay, after listening to this for a while, yeah. The sound modes are nice and decent, however, I mean, I don't think you'll be watching stuff on a phone that much with, well, its actual speaker blasting music. If you're gonna listen to something on your phone, either, if it's a party, you can carry a speaker, and if you're just doing it on your own, earbuds. Oh, yeah, there's earbuds. But it's cool, I guess, but it's not super necessary. What I want from the sound of a phone is it to just be able to blast and overwhelm an entire room. Which I think this phone has some of that potential, but it's clearly not what the main ideal was. The main idea of designing this was to create all these cool ways to adjust sound, which is all cool and stuff, but there's just better ways to experience sound than from this phone's speaker. And it's not a bad speaker, but I think its features are a bit, how should I word this? Gimmicky. That's the word I was looking for. They're just kind of gimmicks. They're cool, and I guess you can notice them, but practicality-wise, it's just a nice set of speakers with these options that aren't very practical. So, I don't know, I guess I feel mixed about it. But, anyways, now I think we've thoroughly explored the Xperia, and I think I'm ready to give my verdict. So, first things first, sight. From a sight, this gets an 100. It is beautiful, it looks beautiful, its screen is beautiful, and the quality that it can display is beautiful. So, 100. Next thing is the sound of the phone. It gets a 90. It's a very good pair of speakers. It can play decently loud, and it has a lot of cool gimmicky stuff that you can adjust. So, 90 there. For scent, I'll give it a 90. It smells like a phone, but it doesn't do anything to go above and beyond. It kind of just checks out the rubric of how a phone should smell without thinking about how a phone should smell. For feel, I'll give this a 60, because the vibration really is not it, and also it seems to heat up pretty easily when charging and using, so watch out for that. Finally, for taste. There's some pretty bad taste in here, people, I'm not gonna lie. First of all, Fortnite installer. That's some pretty bad taste. It's kind of annoying that you just can't delete this app. I kind of don't recommend that for any devices to have these apps. And I'm not even sure why. Did Epic pay Sony? The other thing is just the overall design. The Touch ID is not very good on this phone. The Pixel 2 has excellent Touch ID. This ring in the back has been probably my favorite Touch ID on any phone that I've ever wielded. So going from that to this, it's a little bit, it doesn't feel as good. And also, putting the power button on the lower half of the phone, still really weird. But I guess design thing, I might get used to it. However, this depends on what kind of connoisseur you are. If you are a connoisseur of film, then this thing has great taste for you. Because just all the features that are available here to adjust your camera quality, and just the camera quality itself, all of that is very solid. This is a good film for someone. This is a good phone for someone who is interested in film. And hey, maybe you're a little bit tight on budget, and you want a phone that can also do really cool filming stuff without actually buying a DSLR. I think this is it. It has really great contrast and shadows and all of that. And it's $550 for that. So, hey, make your decision. Anyway, so overall, the taste, I'm gonna have to put it at a solid 50. But if you're into film, the taste actually goes up to probably 90. I would still say that there's some features here that are kind of weird, annoying / unnecessary. So, plugging it all in, the Xperia 1 by Sony gets a 73 for your average consumer. There's some features here that just aren't great, but again, it's still a pretty nice phone. It's not horrible. But as your average consumer, there are just design stuff that people might not be super used to, but I'm sure that it might grow on you. If you are a film enthusiast trying to start out filming, this is easily a 90. There is great stuff here. The camera is great. I have mentioned all the reasons why the camera is great, and all the features that they have to offer here are also great for experiencing film. So if you're on a tight budget and you want to get into that field, this is a pretty good place to start. So yeah, that's it for the Xperia. I'll be using this for probably the next few years because I can't find data anymore on my Pixel, and it was pretty lucky that this arrived just when my service on this went wackadoodle. I have no idea why. I'm not a tech guru, and also I don't know. There was probably something about the signal detectors, the antennas, internal antennas detecting signals. I have no idea, but hey, I'm glad I have a new phone now that I can actually use. So yeah, thanks for sitting through this unboxing. I'll catch you later. It tastes like adhesives. I have no idea what I was thinking.